Hello everyone, this is Simple Math for You, and we will continue the revision for the lessons of chapter 7, 10, and 11. Actually, not all the lessons, specific lessons mentioned here. We have started with parts 1 and 2, and now we are in part 3, which emphasizes mainly on chapter 11, which is talking about angle relationships and two-dimensional shapes, three-dimensional shapes, and orthographic drawing and nets. أهلا بكم في Simple Math for You، واليوم سنكمل الجزء الثالث من المراجعة التي بدأناها في الجزئين السابقين، والتي كانت مخصصة لوحدة 7 و10، الوحدة 7 و10، والآن الوحدة 11، والتي تركز على العلاقات بين الزوايا والأشكال ثنائية الأبعاد، أشكال ثلاثية الأبعاد، الشكل النت بيسموه الشبكة بعد ما تفتح الشكل وتحويله إلى ثنائي الأبعاد. Okay, so we start by this lesson. Determine whether each statement can or cannot assume from figure. I will start by this warm-up, which everyone should know before we start the exercises. If you see a diagram, what angles can we assume that are vertical, supplementary, complementary, or congruent, and what we cannot? Let's see the first statement. Angle BDA, so BDA, and the other angle FDE, so I'll go FDE. Actually, when you look here, you will see that these angles are only sharing the vertex. He is telling you that we can assume that they are vertical angles. Can we? Of course we cannot. We cannot assume that, cannot assume that they are vertical angles. Vertical angles usually, تتذكر vertical angles مثل حرف الX. They are sharing the vertex. They are opposite to each other. متقابلة بالرأس. الزوايا المتقابلة بالرأس يعني هم متقابلات. They are opposite to each other and they are sharing the vertex. So this angle and this angle are called vertical angle. Let's name 1, 2, 3, 4. So angle 1, for example, and angle 2, angle 3 are called vertical angles. Also, angle 4 and angle 2 are called vertical angles. Usually, vertical angles are congruent. They are equal in measure. So this, to be vertical with that, then this should be extended like this, and this is extended. So this is vertical with that, not the ones that are mentioned here. So we cannot assume. So this is one of the questions that you should be careful about. So this is not true. Question or statement 2. In statement 2, GDA, let's erase this to focus on the new one. GDA, so GDA and ADC, from here, ADC, are supplementary. Supplementary means they have a sum of 180 degrees. If you look carefully here, you will find out that both angles together form a line. يعني they are linear pair. So they are linear pair. And they are also adjacent. متجاورتان. They are sharing the same side, which is that one. And the other sides are on the other direction. يعني متجاورتان على خط مستقيم. No overlapping between the angles. ما في نقاط مشتركة. مش واحدة داخل الثانية. So they are adjacent. And in this case, then since they are forming a line, then they are supplementary. يعني مجموع قياساتهم 180 درجة. So can we say that? Yes, because as you see together, they will form an angle equals 180 degrees. Yes, we can assume that. Okay, let's erase everything about that and let's move to statement number 3. In statement number 3, angles GDA and angle GDF. He says that they are congruent. هاي علامة congruent يعني متطابقتان, copy paste of each other. Is there anything showing that or stating that? هل في أي علامة؟ إذا حاطين نفس الارك, yes, you can say that. إذا حاطين مثلا 2 arcs here, 2 arcs there, we can say إنهم congruent. If they say that GD is bisector, angle bisector يعني منصف زوايا, كمان ممكن. ولكن since they didn't mention that, so we cannot assume that. ما بنقدر نفترض ذلك. You cannot assume that. By the way, they are adjacent. هذول الاثنين adjacent and they are not supplementary. ممكن يكونوا adjacent not supplementary. متجاورتان بس مش مكونين خط مستقيم. Okay, great. Let's move to statement number 4. Statement number 4 says angle ADB, which is this one, and angle GDA are complementary. Complementary means what? يعني their sum is 90 degrees. Can we state that? Let's check. This square means that this angle is right. Means equals to 90 degrees. That means, as you see here, if you look here, this is the line. So the other one, which is here, this one, this angle is also 90 degrees. أكيد. يعني مجموع الزاويتين التانيين كمان 90 degrees. That means angle 1 and angle 2 that he has mentioned together form a 90 degrees, form a right angle. So they are supplementary. Yes, we can assume that. So we should know when to assume, when not to assume. Okay, let's move now to the questions. In the diagram, AB and EC are perpendicular. What do we mean by perpendicular? Perpendicular means they are forming an angle equals in measure to 90 degrees. So that means this is 90 and أكيد اللي جنبها 90 together. So given that angle HEB, أنا أمشي مع الخط عشان أعرف عن شو بتكلم. HEB, which is this one, is 9x. Another angle we have, which is CEH, يعني هذه. Sorry, CEH, this one is 19x plus 6. Find the value of x. Since we know that these angles together form right angle, that means their sum is 90. مجموعهم 90. So 19x plus 6, the first angle, plus the other angle should equal to 90 degrees, and then I will solve the equation. 19x plus 9x is 28x equals 90 minus 6, so 28x is equal to 84. Divide by 28 both sides, that means x is 3. And then we need to find the measure of angle HEB. HEB is given to be 9x, so simply replace, substitute, عوض, so it will be 27 degrees. Simply, so perpendicular يعني متعامدان يعني زاوية قائمة. What value of x will make AB perpendicular to CD? AB perpendicular to CD يعني أكيد هاي 90 and this is 90. As you see here, this angle is equal to that. هذا اللي قلنا عليه vertical angles. That means this angle is also 2x plus 4. To the lines to be perpendicular, يبقى أكيد هذه should be 90 degrees together. So the sum, as we said now, 11x minus 5 plus the other angle, which is 2x plus 4 equals to 90. And 11x plus 2x, 13x, minus 5 plus 4 minus 1. So x is 7. Next, two angles are supplementary. يعني شو؟ مجموعهم 180 أكيد. So let's assume that first angle is x the second angle is 1. When he said supplementary directly, you should know that their sum is 180. The measure of the larger angle, خلينا نقول إن هاي larger. This is the larger and this is the smaller. We don't know. So we can assume that the larger angle y is 4 times greater than the measure of the smaller. يعني قدها 4 مرات. So it is 4x. So y is 4x. Now we need to solve the equation. Simply, since this y is ready to give, so the expression for x can be substituted here. And equation 2 gives equation 1. So I will replace x plus the 4x equals 180. We have 5x is 180. And then we will divide 180 over 5, which is 36. Now he is asking about what? The smaller angle, which is x. So definitely we are here. انتبه على السؤال. He is asking about the smaller angle. Now for question 43, given the rectangle below, he mentioned that it's a rectangle. That means opposite sides are congruent. يعني AD is equal in measure to BC, and also AB is equal in measure to CD. Now, determine the coordinates of the points A, B, C, D. Of course, everyone knows how to find the coordinates, 8 paired with 2, and etc. Everyone can know that. And B, C, D, etc. إلى آخره. Now we will continue with use the distance formula to find the length of each side. Even he didn't mention use the distance formula. You should know that. لازم تعرف distance formula. طبعا distance formula everyone should know that it's the difference of x squared plus the difference of y squared or under the square root. So if you want to find now the AD, then it's the square root of x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. If you find, let's assume that is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2, this will be x2 minus x1, so 8 minus 2 all square, plus 2 minus 0 all square, which is 6 square plus 2 square, which is square root of 36 plus 4, which is square root of 40. I leave it as it is. Of course, now BC will be the same. So this will be square root of 40 as well. This is square root of 40. Now moving to AB, one of them is enough, AB or CD. So AB, if this is AB, so I would name this X1, Y1, since I already named as X2, Y2. طبعا you can change it whenever you like. So X2 minus X1, so 8 minus 9 all square, plus 2 minus minus 1 all square, which is negative 1 square plus 3 square. Anything squared will be positive. So 1 plus 9, which is square root of 10. So this is square root of 10, and this is also square root of 10. Now you need to find the perimeter and the area. Everyone should know that the perimeter is the sum of all sides. Since we are dealing with the rectangle, then the perimeter is twice length plus twice width. So 2 times, or you can add length and width and multiply by 2. Length is square root of 40 plus square root of 10. So اجمع الاثنين and then multiply by 2. So I'll do it using the calculator. Square root of 40 plus square root of 10, and I multiply by 2. This will give us 18.97 units, not square units, any centimeters, inches, whatever, it's a perimeter, units. So we can fill this over there. Now the area, what is the area? Area of the rectangle is length times width. So area is length, which is the square root of 40, width square root of 10, and when you multiply it, the square root of 400, which is 20 square units. يعني centimeter square, inch square, whatever. So here we have revised the perimeter and the area of the rectangle. Now triangle. Rola is using a coordinate grid to map out how far she biked from each place in town. If each unit represents 1 kilometer, how many kilometers would Rola have traveled? So traveled, so she's here, for example, and she's going around this means we are finding the perimeter. So the perimeter of any triangle is the sum of all the side lengths. That means I need to find this side, and this side. Now, just simple looking, you find that this is symmetric around this height. And here, as you see here, we have 3 units from here, 3 units from here. That means the sides are equal here. Yani LM is equal to LK, isosceles triangle. So we will find one of them. Let's find LM. So I assume this is X1, Y1. I don't have a choice. And LM will be, I don't have a choice. I mean, to unless using distance formula or Pythagorean. Let's do it with distance formula. So we have 6 -1 minus -4 all square plus 6 minus 2 all square. So it is 3 square plus 4 square, which is square root of 9 plus 16 and 25, which is 5. I was expecting that it's 5, since this part is a right triangle with height 4 and this is 3. So by Pythagorean, this is 5 for sure. So this is 5, as we agreed. Since this is 5, this will be also 5. And this part is easily counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 units here. So you can say that MK is 6. So the perimeter is 5 plus another 5 plus the 6, which is 16 units. That means Rula has traveled 16 kilometers. If, let's say, you are asked to find the area, and it's not required, but if you are asked to find the area, what is the area of the triangle? Area of the triangle is B times base times height of the triangle divided by 2. Now, if you look here, this is the height, because it makes a right angle here. So it is 4, and the height is 4. I mean, the base is 6 divided by 2. 4 by 6, 24 over 2, which is 12. So it is 12 square units. Okay. Now, circumference, محيط الدائرة. Circumference of the circle, you need to know it is 2 pi r, or it is pi times d, diameter. I prefer to use this since we need to find the radius to find the area even. Yani it will help us to find the area. Okay, what is the radius? The radius is the segment between the center and any point. Actually, he's giving this point. Even if he doesn't, you can pick the coordinates from here. As you see, it is 6 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. So this is 6 and 3. So our D is 6 and 3, and our C is 4 and 8. If you find the distance between them, then you are finding the radius. So our radius is the square root of, نفس الشيء هنستخدم distance formula. Leave it as it is, 2 square root of 29. Now he is asking about the circumference, not the radius. He is asking about the circumference, so I will replace 2 times pi times square root of 29. Don't replace pi 3.14 since all the answers are in terms of pi. So what is the answer? It is C. Now, the same circle is mentioned again, and he needs to find the area. So remember the rule of the area. Area of the circle is pi r squared. Squared means the radius by itself. So we have already defined the radius as square root of 29. When you square it, it's just 29. So it's 29 pi, which is D. Simply, the answer is easily can be got. Here, determine the following for each solids of part. طبعا هذا اسمه prism. Prism دائما عندنا بيكون two parallel congruent sides faces يعني أوجه متطابقة ومتوازية. So هذا أكيد it's a prism. Let me write using another color here. So this is prism. And if all the faces are congruent, then it is called cube. But this is not mentioned here. Yani if all the sides are given to be equal, so all faces will be squares. That means it's a cube, but no one told us that. So it's a prism. Now, number of faces. Number of faces, we have two bases plus 4 lateral. يعني على الجوانب فيه 4. So the total is 6. What is the base? The base is this is the base that it can be square, but to be in the safe side, we would write a rectangle. It will be a square if it's a cube. What is the number of edges? How many edges you have? What are the edges? الحافة, الedge. Edge is formed by intersecting of two faces. يعني هذه edge. This is edge. This is another edge. This is edge. So if you count them, you count 1 2 3 4 5 يطلع العدد 12 edges. 12 edges. Even you have to count the back one. Now, what type of solid we have here? طبعا هذول لحد الآن this is called polyhedron. The polyhedron is polygons intersecting. If there is any curved side, we will not say that it's a polyhedron. مثلا cylinder is not a polyhedron. هذا مثلا type of prism. And if you want to name it properly, then you will name it according to the base. Our base have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a pentagonal prism actually. Pentagonal prism. How many faces we have? We have one base plus 5 triangles اللي هم lateral faces. So totally we have 6 faces. This is our base, which is pentagon. الشكل البوليجون الخماسي pentagon. Number of edges, if you count the number of edges طبعا include 1 2 3 4 5 and we have 5 up اللي هم هذيل. So we have here 10 edges. Can we call it hexagonal pyramid? Of course not, because the base is pentagon. So no, because the base is pentagon. Then the pyramid is named according to the base. Now, what is the name of this? Of course, this one is none of the solids that we name. يعني هذا alone is a prism. This is alone is a pyramid. But combination of them, we don't have a name for it, except it's a polyhedron. يعني we will name it in general polyhedron. And for this polyhedron, if you count the faces, this is face, this is face, يعني عندهم كلهم faces, and this is face. We have 6, we have a total number of faces, 10 faces. 1 2 3 4 يعني عندنا base والupper one هاي 2 وفي عندنا 4 rectangles here 6 و 4 triangles, so it is 10. The base here is a rectangle. Are all faces rectangles? لا. If it is a rectangular prism لحال A, بس هذا مثلا triangle. In our case, no. We have triangles as well. What are the number of vertices? What is the vertex? الvertex اللي هي corner هاي. This is the vertex. If you count them, you will have 9 vertices. Okay. إنه لأنه في من الخلف كمان you need to count them. Number of edges is 16. We have 16 edges. Okay, perfect. The model of roof is a shape of a square pyramid as shown below. If the surface area of the model is 65, this is the keyword, surface area of this model. طبعا هذا الموديل مبين it's a pyramid. So since he's talking about surface area, I will directly copy the formula of the surface area, which is half P L plus B. You should know what each term means. P is the perimeter of the base. And in our case, this base is, he said, square pyramid. معنى هذا square. This is the base. So this is 5, this is 5, this is 5, this is 5. And that means the perimeter is 4 fives. 4 times 5, which is 20 centimeters. Hey, now, what is the big B, capital B? Capital B is the area of the base. It's like a special case of rectangle, so it's length by width. So it is just 5 to square, which is 25 centimeter square. Now, what is L? Usually, students confused about the L. L is this one. هذا ال L. Slant height. L is the slant height. اللي هو slant height. It's not the height of the pyramid. Not this one, not this one. No, this is H. هذا slant height اللي هو height of the triangle لأنه مايل شوي. بنحضر مثلثات مايلة عشان هيك هو slanted one. Slant height. And this is the unknown in our case. This is the unknown. Surface area is given to be 65. So I will replace 65 is equal half. Perimeter I already found. L I need to find plus the 25. Now I need to solve an equation. Let's simplify. Half of the 20 is 10. So 10L plus 25. Take the 25 there. So 10L is 40. Divide both sides by 10. So L is 4. And it is 4 centimeters as well. Now find the surface area of the below prism. Again, this is called rectangular prism. Surface area rule. Surface area is for the prism PH plus 2B. This was the pyramid 1B because we have one base. Here we have two bases. ذكر إنه 2B. And H here is the height of the prism. So perimeter is the perimeter of the base. Perimeter. So the perimeter here محيط القاعدة اللي هو 2 plus 5 عادي محيط المستطيل multiplied by 2 أو 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2 again. So it is 2 plus 2 times 7 which is 14 inches. We need also capital B, which is the area of the rectangle here, which is 2 times 5, which is 10 inches square. H is the height of the prism, which is in our case 6. So our surface area is 14 times the 6 plus twice the 10. Now 14 times 6 is 84 plus 20, 2 times 10, and the answer is 104 inches square. It's very nice question, very easy question. So this is the difference between finding for the pyramid. Pyramid, انتبه البيراميد قاعدة واحدة وvertex واحد. From that vertex coming the triangles. لكن any prism سواء triangular prism ولا rectangular prism ولا pentagonal لازم يكون عندك قاعدتين متوازيتين. هلا هذا شو؟ بيراميد أكيد لأنه vertex ونازل منه المثلثات على قاعدة واحدة. Find the surface area of this pyramid. So surface area is pyramid again. Let's remember the formula. Half P L plus 1 base. Do we have them all? Perimeter is the perimeter of this square. So our perimeter here is 4 times 16, which is 64. Area 16 square. صارت سهلة. 16 square 16 times itself which is 256 لأنه square أسهل شيء. ولما يكون rectangle عادي multiply the length by the width مش قصة. بس what else? Yeah, what is the L? L is this one, the 17, not the 15. هذا H. This is H. ارتفاع الهرم بس ال 17 هي the L ومايلة دائما مايلها تذكرها. So just replace. So our S will be half. P is the 64. L, that is 17, plus 1 base. 64 over 2 times 17 plus 256, which is 800. Put everything in the calculator. طبعا inches square because it's area. Surface area ولا area كله inches square. Find the surface area and the volume for the below solid. هلا في منكم حيتلخبط يقول هذا بيراميد مع انه هذا مش بيراميد. This is a triangular prism لانه في triangle هنا triangle هناك. يعني two parallel bases مثل التوبلرون chocolate if you know that. So what is the formula of the surface area of the prism? تونا كتبناها نفس الشيء PH plus 2B. Now first we will find the P. This is one of the base. I will put this as the base. هاي البيس طبعا حفصلها. This is the base. Base is a right triangle with side 3.2 and 2.5. And this one أكيد نفس هذا لأنه هو أصلا متطابقتان. So this is also in centimeter. So the perimeter of the triangle المحيط you will add them all. So let's add 2.4 plus 3.2 plus 4, which is 9.6 centimeter. The capital B, which is the area of the triangle. This is one of the easiest triangle to find the area of because one of them is the base, one of them is the height. So you will multiply 2.4. خلينا نكتب القانون. Area of the triangle is base times height over 2. So it is 2.4 times 3.2 over 2. So 2.4 times 3.2 all over 2. It is 3.84 centimeter square. What's left for us? Everything is there. Perimeter is here. Capital B is here. Height is this one. هذا الهايت هلا. ليش اعتبرنا هذا الهايت? Because this is the distance between the two bases actually. So S is equal to P times the height plus twice capital B. And this will be 9.6 times 2 plus 2 times 3.84 and the total is 26.88 تقريبا يعني 26.9 centimeter square. Okay, he is asking about the volume. The volume of the prism is the area of the base times the height. We have already found the area, which is this one. And we have the height, which is 2. And when you multiply, it will be 7.68 centimeter cube, يعني approximately 7.7 centimeter cube. Nice question. Find the volume now for this prism. طبعا the volume for the prism is area of the base times height. In the rectangle, this is the base, يعني length by width. So simply it is length by width by height. So it is the easiest question ever, which is 60 cubic inches. يعني 10 seconds question. Find the surface area of the solid that represented by the below net. طبعا هذا لو سكرت النت راح يطلع ايش؟ prism, triangular prism. Now you are free to use the way you like. Either you are folding it again to be a prism, or you find the sum of areas. يعني نقدر نطلع area of this one plus the area of two triangles. And I will do it this way. So let's find the area of the rectangle. Area of the rectangle is length by width. Now we need the total length. The total length here is 1.5, and this is 2.5, and this is 2 together. So this is the same as that one. If you add the lengths together, let's rearrange it again. Here, this is 1.5, and this is 2.5, and this is 2. So 1.5 plus 2.5 plus 2, which is 6. So this is 6 times the width, which is 3.3, which is 19.8 centimeters square. Now we need to find the area of each triangle. The area of the triangle we just mentioned, area of triangle is base times height over 2. صح? So the area of the triangle is, this is base, this is the height, so 1.5 times 2 over 2, which is 1.5. This is one triangle. Remember that we have two triangles. So that means the total area will be 19.8 plus area 1 plus another triangle. So the answer is 22.8 centimeter square. Going to another net, which is this one. If you fold it, this will be what? A pyramid, as you see. Now, if you want to find the surface area, we can do the same thing here. Area of the base, which is the square, 7 square, which is 49. Area of one triangle, base times height over 2, like the question that we have done here. Now, this is the base, which is 7. This is the height, which is mentioned to be 10. So it's 7 times 10 over 2, which is 35. How many triangles we have? 4. So area of 4 triangles is 4 times 35, which is 140. And then we will find that total area. Total area will be the 49 plus the 140, which is 189 centimeter square. Now here we go. This is a cylinder. We can say we come back to the cylinder, and the area of the cylinder is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square. This is diameter, actually, is 2, so our radius is 2 over 2, which is 1. And this will be our height of the cylinder. So simply, you will just multiply and use the calculator to help. H is 3 over 4 plus 2 and 1 square is the radius. And put everything in the calculator, you will find this result. Now, finally, we reach the orthographic drawing, and be careful when you look at the drawings here, which one matches with this drawing, actually, the 3D. The orthographic is the 2D representing the 3D from top, left, front, and right. So if you want to make orthographic here for that shape, I believe that this is the correct one. Why? Because if you look up here from the top, you will draw this one, and you will draw this one, and this line, red or orange line, will indicate that this brick has been moved up. And it was not in the same plane of the other one. And check the left view or the right, right اللي مبين. Same thing here. You can shift everything to this plane. You will find that this is the shape that you are going to find. For this house, actually, this is one of the rectangles, opposite another one. So let's see this one and that one. And for that one, we have here triangle with a door. So you can see that this is the representing. خلصنا اثنين كمان. We have here a rectangle here and another rectangle there attached to this triangle. So we can say this and that. Also, we have the bases, the base, I mean. So we are done. So أكيد ال A is the answer. And this is the end of this revision. I hope it was beneficial. هذه نهاية المراجعة وأرجو أن تكون مفيدة لكم جميعا وإلى اللقاء في فيديو القادم. Thank you all.